We start off on the opening scene, and of course, yeah, this is where the most important details come in at. Also, where the credits are. Shout out to those people who worked on this movie. They're pretty cool. Second, we can see right there, there's a lot of details here in the opening part of the scene. In a boot-up screen that lasts 5 seconds. Trust me, I measured it. 5-second boot-up screen shows the most details out of anything in the film. That's going to get an atrocity right then and there. Now, I stopped it right here because there is a noise filter over the camera, which can be a bit annoying from time to time because you can't tell what's going on. However, it's also kind of necessary because if you look closely, you can see that the scene is quite a bit of an awkward transition. So I'm going to give it 2 atrocity points just for the fact that it's there, and also because it happens like 4 or 3 times. Could be definitely better used, though, I will say that. You may be wondering why I stopped it right here of all places. Why not stop it earlier? When the guy is clearly rummaging through his office for something we don't know about. Reason why I stopped it here is because there's 2 right here in the scene. Can you guess where they are? Alright, you don't have time to guess. The reason why is because 1, the yellow iris on the screen is fading in over the monitors and is, let me say this. It's bigger than the monitors. Bit weird, but it's hard to notice, but you can see it. Second, this guy's being hunted down for almost an inexplicable reason, which we're going to find out in just a second, but still, I guess it makes sense. But honestly, it just doesn't make sense all that much that why this guy is just shining a flashlight through this window. He just saw him right there. However, you'll see later.
Samuel, how long has it been?
Long enough to where you should be already dead, if you haven't already.
We can see right here that this guy has an issue with lunging forward a bit. Now, that isn't mainly the main issue I'm thinking of here. A lot of the issues in this film are a bit on the technical side and also, software related. However, what I'm seeing here is just the issue of an actor. This guy, he's lunging at the camera like he's got rabies or something like that. Bit weird if you ask me. Also, I guess it just seems a bit edgy. I don't know why. Doesn't look that good.
I feel my flesh rot every waking moment. Last time I saw the sun was years ago.
Gotta add a quick atrocity right here just for the fact that I can hear the noise in the background looping with a little knocking noise that you can hear. No idea why that's there. However, it'll be fine, I guess. It's just a small issue. It's just a bit easy to fix, I guess.
When do you shut up? Did I not make it clear enough that your presence is a burden on me and my life? And quite frankly, the worst mistake I've ever made, and also some of my sloppiest work. This is your punishment for trying to stop the inevitable, P2.
We don't hear right here. We don't hear anything, mainly because of the fact that we just had our ears blown out by the equivalent of a banshee in electronics. Now, the way so I can explain that is that there was a issue going on with the audio, or I can only presume that because of how screechingly loud that was. However, I can also hear a splat effect right after that, which kind of clues into the fact that he's covered in blood in the next scene. But we'll be fine. It'll be pretty interesting, I guess, to see where this goes from here.
Samuel, I recognize that as much as you do. I'm begging, please don't leave me here again. The pain of life is enough, but truthfully the pain of loneliness hurts more. If you leave me here, I'll tell them where I am and where you are, so I advise you to take me with you.
Fine.
And it ends right there. No actual conclusion there. However, it does set up a pretty interesting premise as to what would happen next. Now, honestly, I think it was pretty good. However, there's clearly a lack of experience inside the editing program, due to the fact that there's a few odd clips. Another thing I'd like to point out is the fact that the acting was just overall kind of bad, except for the voice acting. Voice acting was pretty good, especially from the guy who plays P2. Yeah, I will say that. Pretty cool. However, my final comment is the fact that it's just it's way too dark to see anything in these shots. You can't even tell that he's covered in blood. It's barely visible, and honestly, could be a bit of a ruiner. So I'm not gonna have any atrocities for that, but we're done here.